Was it hard for you during the recording? I mean, not drinking, and well, those guys maybe did drink. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I think there's no better place in the world for this to happen than in California. Over there, they've got a really healthy attitude towards alcohol, and there's so many people, even from very young ages, even before they can legally drink, they've already stopped drinking. You know, which is insane.
Yeah.
But
Scotland would be tough.
Scotland would be very hard.
It'd be really tough, you know, to have made that change in Scotland. I think the fact we were so far from home and it was just the three of us, and we could really just be a team again and be there for each other. It was really liberating, and it you know, it reminds you why you do this and why we spent our lives doing this. You know, because we care about the music and we care about each other, and everything else is kind of extraneous.
You were saying, well, there were several low points that happened. I don't want to make this a really depressing interview, but can you name me one other thing that happened?
Yeah, well, you know, not to get too grim, but you know, my wife's had a couple of miscarriages in the last couple of years and things like that, and that's what I mean about turning 30 and you know, your priorities change and you start wondering about genuinely about the future, and you know, and that personal problems were kind of happening at the same time as band problems and things, and it just felt like life was kind of swallowing me up a wee bit at point, you know, and I'm sure you know, everyone feels like that at points, and I just felt it was time to just make a mental shift and try and stay positive about things rather than just accepting.
Is there one song that really helped you making this mental shift? That when you wrote that song, you said, well, this is the first song of the Up album?
I think there's a song called Picture a Knife Fight, which is the last song on the record, and it was one of the first songs we had musically, but the lyrics for that came a wee bit later, you know, certainly the kind of chorus and things, and that was the first one. When I listened to that back, that was the first one that I thought, you know what, that was a real mental shift in my brain when that song was written. And it's kind of weird because the songs, it wasn't like up to one point it was all negative songs and then after that it was all positive. They did kind of overlap. But I mean, I'm sure, you know yourself, it's like most humans, some days you wake up and you just want the world to end, and other days you wake up and you feel as though you can do anything. And I was just trying to, after that point, I was just trying to focus on the positive. You know, the negative thoughts are still there, but it's just about what you let dominate your thoughts, you know, and as I say, once that song was written, I felt like it suddenly all made sense in my mind. I thought, well, this journey, this is why we've been through this journey and why we've reached that low point, is to feel like this, to feel like we can do anything together. And you know, and so yeah, that was a real uplifting moment, you know, to sing that song.
Is there one lyric to a song that you say, well, that's for me a personal one?
Oh, there's absolutely loads. The whole record's full of lyrics that mean loads to me, and it's funny listening to the lyrics and in retrospect and not realising at the time, having heard them, what they were about, and now going, oh right, okay, holy shit, it's like...
Is there one?
I'm not going to be that specific with you right now, but yeah, it's funny how much you look back and realise how much I was putting myself in the dark, possibly, like having heard these lyrics and then, you know, and you're like, oh, you idiot, I can't believe you didn't know what that was about. But yeah, for me, again, Picture Knife Fight is a great way to end the two albums, and finishing with the lyric, we've got to stick together. That always, you know, fills me full of promise.